Oh, hey guys. I thought I'd start my first video off actually with something that tends to trigger people to think about solar in the first place, and that's your energy bill. Let's go ahead and dive into it and take a look at all the details and information and see why people consider to do solar right after looking at that bill. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am super excited. Thank you for joining us. If you watched my first intro video a few weeks back, my name is Jeremy Burnell. I live here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and my goal is to help support homeowners on transitioning over to solar power, right? But as I talk to more and more homeowners out there, I find out there's a lot of misleading information. So this channel is really to cover a lot of questions homeowners have about solar and digging straight to the truth. That way you guys have the best information and the most useful information you need to make that decision on transitioning over to solar power. So today I thought it'd be a great idea to actually dig into an electric bill. It's usually the triggering point for homeowners to start considering solar in the first place, mainly because of that sticker shock of a cost you usually see every month. But I thought it'd be a really great idea to just kind of go through the bill and go kind of define everything that's on there and what you're being charged for. Hopefully with that information, you will be able to make a better decision on if solar is a right fit for you or not. If you have any questions from this video, go ahead and drop them in the comment box. If you have a question about solar, go ahead and drop it down there as well, and maybe it could be a future video because I'd love to help any way that I can. Otherwise, let's go ahead and dig into this bill and check and see what it's all about. All right, guys, so we have a P&M bill here. Let's go ahead and dig in and take a look at it so we can see if solar makes sense for this homeowner or not. So we got in this top right corner, we got a due date of 9/1/2020. That's when this bill is going to be due. And then you have the amount due right here. And then right here, I took it out, but it's an account number. That's going to be a unique number to you. So if you're paying your bill or talking to customer service, they're most likely going to need this information because it's going to be how they look up all your consumption history and usage and everything for that address. The service address is going to be right below that. This is where the electricity is actually being used and consumed. You might see another address over here. This is your mailing address. So this could be different than your service address. Mainly it is the same as the service address, but maybe if you have a house outside the state or something like that, you might have your bills sent to you in a different location or a PO box. That would be the address right there. How to reach us. P&M, has an online platform, but they also have a telephone number with ours, so you can always call them and it can help support you in any way there. Over here, we have your electric usage chart. This is pretty cool. So everyone should be pretty familiar with this chart. On the left here, it shows the amount of kilowatts you're using. And then on the bottom here, it's the month of the year, right? Below that, you have your average electricity cost per day. They average it out about $12.26 per day. And then your average usage per day, 65.87 kilowatts per day. Kilowatt hours in months for the previous months are in the bolder color there. And then this current bill, it actually shows a white box. They basically, the 13-month span, they put this white box here to compare it, make it kind of stand out so you can compare it to this same time last year. So you can see they used 2,000 kilowatts here last year, same time, but this one maybe about 2,100 kilowatts. So a little bit more usage this year. It was hotter months, so maybe the AC was on a little bit longer, but it's kind of nice because it stands out to where you can actually compare it to the same time last year. Over here, you have your total charges. Amount of your last bill is on top here, payments received, and then you also have a balance before current bill and your current electrical charges right below that. So, they made a payment, but they also missed a payment. So adding everything together, this is the total charges, $733.58. As we continue on, this bottom portion of the front side of your P&M bill, this is your payment coupon. Typically, you'll need this to make your payment. So if you're paying in person or sending it in the mail, you're going to be cutting this off and taking it with you or sending it out. Again, it's going to have your account number here. If you want to be a part of the Good Neighbor Fund, you can do a donation. You can write it in there, but just make sure you add it to your total cost so you have everything added on that bottom line there. and mailing your check or paying it in person, you'll use this form of payment, but you won't really use this coupon if you're paying with online payment. All right, so let's go to page 2. This is an exciting page. This is where all the meat is, all the meat and potatoes. So on the top left here, you have your current electrical usage chart. So you have a meter read right here on the top left corner of that chart. It says actual. So this means that there was a meter reader that actually read your numbers on your meter. Sometimes you'll see estimated on there. Estimated means that the meter reader could not make it out for some reason. Maybe it was bad weather. Maybe there was a locked gate. Maybe you have a bush in the way, or there's a dog in the yard or something like that. They couldn't get to your meter, so it might say estimated. Now, by law, they can only really do that 2 times in a row. So mainly, you'll always see, or most commonly, I should say, you'll always see actual right here. But if you ever do say estimated, that means that, they weren't able to make it to the meter, so they kind of estimated your usage for that month. Meter read date is right there. Days billed could be above or below 30, depending on, when they read the meter. There's not always 31 days, 30 days in the month. So that amount of time could be different right there, above or below 30. So this is your kilowatt hours, a cumulative number, if I could say that right, 92,976. So that's the current read minus last month's read equals how many kilowatts you actually used for the month. And then right here you have a rate 1A, which is common for residential. This is just the residential rate that this household is being charged. If you're a commercial, you might see something in the 2 or 3 category or something like that. Electricity used. So right here, this is a block system. Other parts of the country, they call it a tier system. So basically what happens is in the first block, your usage all the way up to 450 kilowatt hours is going to be charged at, if you round it up, maybe about 8 cents a kilowatt. So the first 450 kilowatts used at this household was $35.07. Now, once we went over that 450, they give you another 450 kilowatts. They call it block 2, but this time they're going to charge you a little bit more, about 12 cents a kilowatt. So now you're being charged $55.80 for the next 450 kilowatts. Block 3 here, same thing. Now you're being charged $14.95, so about 15 cents a kilowatt on block 3. That's where it starts to hurt. So $180.64 for the kilowatt usage there. Right below that, you got fuel cost adjustment. So non-renewable energy. What does that mean? That's coal, right? That's your fossil fuel. That's your dirty energy. You used 86.3% of your energy came from that source. And look at that. They charge you more for using dirty energy. So 0.025, almost, right there at 2 cents, 2 to 3 cents per kilowatt, just for using coal, right? $47.27. But what's this right below at 0, right? What is this? Renewable. 13.7%. This is the amount of renewable we used, but there was no charge for it because if you think of fuel cost, there's no fuel used to run solar or wind or all those renewable energies out there. There's no fuel needed to run them, so that's why that's 0. So it's a little interesting that they have that here. But if you look right down here, they actually drop it down below to renewable energy rider is what they call it, and the charge there is $16.11. So you're already being charged for, solar power and wind power. That's that charge right there, $16.11. Okay. Customer charge, $7.11. Okay. So this is basically when you need to call customer service. There's customer service there to help you. It's basically, we call this kind of a connection fee to be connected to PNM. $7.11. That'll be pretty much every single month. Cost-effective energy savings program. What is this, right? $11.28. This is things for like recycling program for your refrigerator or freezer. It's rebates, energy rebates for lighting and things like that. Maybe you get rebates if you go energy efficient in your home, things like that. So $11 a month.
City, county, and franchise fees. Okay, so 3% on that. $10.60. What is this, right? So this is actually, they call it a right-of-way fee. So your energy is coming from, coal plant, and it's traveling through the lines and it's getting to your house. That travel through all the right-of-way that it needs to go through is going to be charged right there at $10.60. And then you have a gross receipts tax. There's your state, your county, and your city on the percentages. $18.65, $4.32, $5.69, and all of this together equals how you're being charged for your electricity. So $392.56. So that's pretty much a breakdown of that chart. That's the most important chart out of all of them, because you really get to see a breakdown of every little piece you're being charged for. Over here on the right is pretty cool. Message center tells you, winter shutoff protection coming soon. And then also down here, records indicate that your past due balance, $341. So they have that in there, and, ways to pay. Oh, right here, look. So recycle your old working fridge or freezer. They got your $75 check waiting for you. So if you're recycling your fridge or freezer, they're going to go ahead and give you, mail you a check for $75, which I don't know. You're paying almost $120 a year on that program, but you're getting $75 back. At least they're giving something back. This is actually the first time I've ever seen the power company give money back for whatever reason, unless they mischarge you or something like that. All right, and then right here, just more ways to pay. Give you tons of options, paperless, online, in person, so on and so forth. All right, that was it. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and going over that bill with me. If you liked what you saw, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content to come, go ahead and hit subscribe with the alert button, and we'll go ahead and ding you when new videos are posted. I'd love to help you guys out in any which way I can. So if you're looking to transition over to solar, go ahead and contact me. The information is below. Call, text, email, and we'll go ahead and see what we could do to help support you guys on making that decision. But until next time, you have a great day. We'll go ahead and see you in the next video. Bye.